Well, howdy doody there, Raider Nation. Welcome on back to the Raider D podcast. I am Mike Dean, the host of the Raider D podcast, aka Raider D. So nice to have you guys here. Now, listen, today we're going to do some mock drafts because we're less than a week away from the 2025 NFL draft. And if you are a Raider lover, if you are a part of the Raider Nation, first and foremost, I want you to like this video because you should be supporting all of the Raiders content creators, no matter who it is, unless they wear Saints jerseys. Now, also, if you are brand new to the channel and you haven't hit that subscribe yet, but you like what you're hearing, you like what you're viewing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a single penny, and we are almost at 12,000 subscribers. That is the goal before training camp, is to hit that big number of 12K. So help us out, hit that subscribe button. Now, today, what we're going to be doing is a mock draft, but we're not going to do just any mock draft. We're going to do 3 different scenarios, and I want to see how each one of these scenarios pan out. So stick with me. If you love mock drafts, you're going to love this one because it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to try to trade up to the number 1 overall draft pick in order to get Cam Ward, who I believe is the only quarterback that is worth a top 10 pick right now. I really honestly, I look at Shedeur Sanders and I think Brock Purdy. Yeah, he's good, but should he be drafted in the first round? I'm not buying it. Now, with that being said, the second round, the second attempt, what we're going to do is we're just going to stay flat. We're no trades whatsoever. We're going to see what falls to the board, and we're going to take the best players available for the positions of need that we have. And then the third scenario that we're going to attempt today is we're going to trade back into the middle of the first round and see if we can stack up as many value picks as possible in order to get as many valuable players in the second and third round while still getting a first round draft pick. So stay tuned. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are going to be jumping into it right now. So I am here on Pro Football Sports Network. And we obviously already selected the Las Vegas Raiders. We're going through 7 rounds, and we're going to go through fast. But I'll pause it for this one to see. Once we get started, I'll pause to see if we can get up to that first round draft pick and see how much it's going to cost us. So here we go. All right. Now pause the draft. Okay. So nobody's drafted yet. And we want to get up to Tennessee. We want to get Cam Ward. So we're going to propose our trade here. And we're going to go over to the Tennessee Titans. We're going to hit confirm. We're going to give up the 6th round draft pick, the 2nd round draft pick, and let's say around pick 180. See if we can get that number 1 overall pick from them. In all honesty, I don't think they're going to accept this trade, but we'll find out here. All right, let's go. Nope, didn't accept it. Okay, cool. Let's propose a new trade. Let's go back to Tennessee. All right, we're going to give them the 6th round. We're going to give them 1st next year. We're going to give them 2nd this year and pick 180 and see if they'll take that. Nope, they are not biting on that. Okay, we're going to have to go heavy here, guys. I didn't want to do this, but we're going to have to go boom. Boom. So for the 6th overall pick, 1st next year, 2nd and a 3rd, and we'll go pick 180. Let's see if we can get it. I think they'll bite on this. They'd be stupid not to bite on this. But let's go. Wow, they are not taking it. Okay, so if we want to get that 1st overall draft pick from Tennessee, we might have to go crazy here and go 1st, 2nd, and a 3rd this year, a 1st next year. I mean, that's a lot to pay just to jump up to the 1st overall pick, but that is what it might take. Let's just see if we go 2nd as well next year. Wow, they really are sold on Cam Ward. I don't know, just for, poops and giggles. Let's see what happens here. I'm just going to give them all of my picks. I'm going to give every single pick and see if they take it. I don't think they will. No, they are sold on Cam Ward. Okay, One last attempt, and then we'll give up on this because we'll see what it takes here. We're going to give them all of our picks this year, every single pick. And then we're going to give them every single pick we have next year. This is insane, and this would never happen. But if they don't take this is stupid. Yeah, in real life, they would jump on that. They would jump on that all day long. Okay, so that one is a bust. They're not going to let us trade for that number 1 overall pick to get Cam Ward. So let's just fly through this and so we're going to do the second scenario now. And we're going to fly through this and see what we get here. We're going to resume the draft. Boom. Okay. So we're no trades on this scenario. We're just going to let the cards fall where they may and see. I want to go to my picks see. Oh, Ashton Genty's already off the board. So the Jaguars took him. Will Campbell's off the board. Abdul Carter's off the board. Cam Ward and Travis Hunter are off the board. So we still got Mason Graham. We still got Shedeur Sanders. Armand Membu for offensive tackle. Tet McMillan and Matthew Golden. So I'm going to do something crazy here. This is completely unconventional, being the fact that, Ashton Genty is off the board. Tet McMillan is on the board, and he is that big X wide receiver. But I'm really liking Matthew Golden. I know he's a little bit undersized, but I see him as a Tyreek Hill type of guy. So I'm going to go ahead and draft our own version of Tyreek Hill. And let's just do it. We need another receiver. We need that big playability, and he's got it in abundance. So no trades in this scenario. We do have Omarion Hampton is available, Luther Burden, but we already got our guy at wide receiver. Jalen Milrose available. Donovan Jackson, I'm very high on him as a guard out of Ohio State. Josh Connolly Jr. out of Oregon, offensive tackle, very high on him as well. So this is a hard pick. Do we pass on Omarion Hampton here? Because we could get him at pick 37. I'm going to go ahead and go guard here and pick up Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State, national champion. Dude is an absolute monster at guard, and we need help there. So build the trenches, and there you go. Hopefully we'll get a running back in the 3rd round. And coming on up, no trades. All right, we got Trey Harris out of Ole Miss, wide receiver, very high on him. I think he's going to be good. Jaden Higgins, another guy out of Iowa State. I've done videos on these guys. Braden Swinson, edge out of LSU, another guy I'm very high on. We don't have here, where are we at on the running backs? Let me go up to offense, go to running back. Boom. DJ Giddens, Cam Scattaboo, Raiders favorite right here. Let's go ahead and just bring him into the fold. Welcome to the silver and black, buddy. All right. And now we'll go back to all. See, again, this is just best player available for us. Torrey Horton, Colorado State, good wide receiver there. But we need trenches. There's Xavier Restrepo. I don't know how well he's going to pan out in the NFL, so I'm going to pass on him. Tutton, running back out of Virginia Tech. And again, let's go back here. We've already gotten Matthew Golden. We've gotten Donovan Jackson. So we're building up the trenches. We got our running back, Cam Scattaboo. He's going to be our guy that's going to be behind Mostert, right? We do need a linebacker, and we do have Shmuel Munden Jr. here. He's very good. Tyler Barron is an edge rusher out of Miami. Very good. I still want to build up the trenches here. So we're going to go tackle Logan Brown out of Kansas. The guy is a big, tall, athletic offensive tackle. He can move into guard if you need him to. I'm going to go ahead and go tackle here. So again, build those offensive trenches. Give us some more depth there. Now we do need to look at some picks at defense as well. We do have Quinn Ewers is still on the board. Dylan Sampson, Jamar. You know what? Let's see what quarterbacks are still available. So Quinn Ewers, Riley Leonard. I'm very high on him. I don't know, man. Should we go back up for a quarterback here? because I think that the Raiders may trade away Aiden O'Connell. They want a more athletic quarterback. I'm going to go ahead and draft Riley Leonard. He is still available. The dude is a beast. I think he's going to be good in the NFL. Big body guy. He can take a hit. He can run with the ball. All those are great traits for him, and he's just a great passer. All right. Riley Mills out of Notre Dame, defensive tackle. I'm very high on him. I like him a lot, and we need to build the trenches. We need some depth there. So let's go ahead and draft him as well. We have 3 picks left. See who's on the board. Holland Pierce is still on the board. Offensive tackle out of Rutgers. Very high on him. Definitely going to pick him up. Again, we're building the trenches, guys. We got to build these trenches. All right, defensive tackle. These guys, I'm not familiar with a lot of them that are still left on the board. These are kind of the bottom of the rung. So we're going to go ahead and just take a guess at Tonka, because why not? A name like Tonka, I think he'll be good in the NFL just because of his name. Who knows? So we'll draft him, and then we'll finish it up with Trey Wedgett, offensive tackle out of Indiana that I'm very high on. So I'm going to go ahead and pick him up. So we've gone trenches, guys, here. We've gone trenches galore here. And this is what the Raiders need to do this year, in my opinion. Listen, we've got our own Tyreek Hill as a rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden. He ran that 4.2940 at the combine. He is the golden child. I want to see him in the silver and black. Donovan Jackson, a mean, nasty, gritty offensive guard. Reminds me of JPJ. That way JPJ can switch to his natural position, which is center. Makes sense. Cam Skattebo. He is a powerful running back. Just exactly what Pete Carroll loves. And then we got Logan Brown, offensive tackle out of Kansas. A big athletic tackle. We need depth there at the tackle position. Now we have our potential franchise quarterback of the future, a guy who can sit behind Geno Smith for a couple of years and really develop into an NFL quarterback in Riley Leonard. He is a Josh Allen type of a guy. And then we have another Riley. We have Riley Mills, defensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Just a powerhouse of a defensive tackle, gets a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks and is great against the run. Then we have Holland Pierce, offensive tackle out of Rutgers, another big athletic offensive tackle. Then we have Tonka. Don't know anything about him, but I drafted him just because his name is Tonka. And then we have Trey Wedgett, who I do really, really like out of Indiana as another offensive tackle. So we've built the trenches here, and we're going to go with the rest of the team that we have. And obviously we'll pick up some people who are undrafted free agents as well, probably at the linebacker position, probably at the safety position, probably at the corner position, and a couple more wide receivers, and maybe in another running back as well. So we're going to get into the third and final scenario here, and that's where we're going to do some trading back. So let's go ahead and load this up, and let's see how much we can get if we do some trade backs. How many? I want to get 12 picks. If we can get 12 picks out of this scenario, I'm going to be super ecstatic about it. But before I do that, I do just want to tell you guys about today's sponsor, because videos like this are simply not possible unless you have a good defense and a good offense. And there is no better defense and offense than having a defense to protect your digital privacy out there on the dark web and against all of the data brokers. And you have somebody to go on the offensive for you. And that's right, I'm talking about Aura.com. Guys, Aura.com is not only going to give you a 14-day free trial if you use the link down in the description, but during that 14-day free trial, they're going to scan the dark web for you. They're going to look and see, do you have any of your information out there? Is somebody trying to impersonate your identity, steal your identity, and put you into financial ruin? They're going to search for that type of stuff. They're also going to search all the data brokers and see if all the different data brokers, which there are dozens of them, have your information in their databases. And if they do, they're going to automatically request on your behalf to have your information automatically removed. By law, they have to accept that request from Aura.com. They're going to do it automatically. You don't have to do nothing. You just sign up for the 14-day free trial. See if you get your dark web search, you will get your dark web search report back to show you exactly what is going on, and they will automatically start getting all of your data off. But they have so much more to offer. They have child internet monitoring, so you can monitor your kids and see what's going on with them, how much time they've spent on YouTube, how much time they're watching Raider D because they love the Las Vegas Raiders so much. Maybe you want to put them on a timeout. Maybe I'm giving them too much information and they're starting to learn more about the Raiders than you do. So they can actually help you to do all of that. Plus, they can block calls. They have an AI that'll answer your phone call for you. And if it's a scammer, if it's a telemarketer, they'll just like shoo them away. But if it's somebody important, they will pre-qualify that call and then send you the call to you based off your parameters. So much and more. Plus, they got your back with over $1 million in guarantee in case your identity is stolen. Guys, go and check them out today. The link is down in the description. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button while we're getting into scenario number 3. Man, I love doing this stuff. I've been doing it all day, like for hours. I've just been sitting here going through all of these different scenarios. And I said, you know what? Maybe the Raider Nation wants to see a little bit of this as well. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So already, let's get rid of this commercial. Already in the trade center, we're at pick number 6. We have Mason Graham and Ashton Jeanty, Shedeur Sanders, Will Johnson, Tet McMillan, Matthew Golden. All those guys are still on the board right now, and we got some trade offers. So obviously, the Chargers reject. We don't ever trade inside the conference. Now, Dallas, we know, is going to want to get Ashton Jeanty. So they're trying to give us the 12th pick and the 44th pick. Now we can counter this. So let's go ahead and counter it. I don't want next year's 4th round. What I would like is, can I get pick number 76? Will they take that? No, they don't want to do that. All right, let's see. What else do they got? Let's see if we go here, pick 174. Can we get 174? This means we're not going to get Ashton Jeanty, and that's going to break my heart. But they accepted it. Okay, so we got 2 additional picks here. I think that's a really good value. Now let's look on the board, because here we go. That's another 2nd round pick and a 1st round pick that we could get, and we only give up the 12th and the 108th. Now I bet if I take the 108th off here, they would still do this pick. But who do we still have on the board right now? We still have Shamar Stewart, who is an edge out of Texas. Kevin Banks Jr., offensive tackle, and I think that we should probably go there. But we also have Matthew Golden. So I don't know if I like this one, because Matthew Golden might be gone by then. But that's definitely better than what Jacksonville is offering. So we're going to go ahead and accept it, because we're going to get more. But I'm going to counter it first. I'm going to take this 108 off, and I'm going to put 213. They accepted. There you go. All right. Now we have pick 17 and 119. Matthew Golden is still on the table here. Malachi Starks is still on the table. Mikael Williams, edge out of Georgia, is still on the table. Man, this is a tough one. What else we got? No, reject that one. Okay, so they want to move up one spot. They're willing to give us 119. Let's take 119 off and go 81. See if they'll accept that. No, they won't accept that one. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead again. I'm very high. Being the fact that we didn't get Ashton Jeanty, I'm going to go big playmaker in Matthew Golden. Again, we're going to go ahead and pick him up. Let me know down in the comments. Do you guys like Matthew Golden? Should the Raiders do that? All right, now, Miami's offering the 48th and next year. And well, of course, we're going to reject the Chargers. So they want, let's counter this. I don't want next year's deal. I want number 98. Pick 98. Can we get pick 98? Man, there's still some good players on there. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon. Donovan Jackson. Benjamin Morrison. Jalen Milroe still on the table. Let's see. Can we get it? Nope, they rejected it. Okay, so let's just look at what we got on the board. We're at pick number 37, and Derek Harmon out of Oregon, defensive tackle, still on the board. Right now, we have our wide receiver and the golden child, offensive guard, Donovan Jackson. I know I picked him up last time, so I'm not going to pick him up this time. Josh Connolly Jr. out of Oregon. Another guy, offensive tackle. I'm going to go playmakers this time. I'm not going to go trenches until later. So what should we do here, guys? What should we do? Trey Harris, another wide receiver, edge, linebacker, Travion Henderson. It's slightly early to pick up Travion because I think we'll get him at pick 44. That's a tough one. I don't know. Maybe I should go back. Maybe I should go back and I should just do Josh Carnley Jr. tackle trenches. I know I just said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to do it. So Travion's still on the board. We need a running back. We need a playmaker. So I'm going to reject this one and definitely going to reject that one. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up Travion Henderson, running back out of Ohio State. The dude is explosive. He's fast. He's a big playmaker. Dude has the possibility of hitting a home run anytime he gets past the line of scrimmage. So we'll pick him up. Ooh, Arizona, no, don't like your style. Minnesota, definitely don't like that one either. So we want to get playmakers. Derek Harmon is still on the board. What in the world? How is this dude still on the board? He is a monstrous defensive tackle. I build the trenches. We're going to go. We need depth there at defensive tackle. So I'm with it. Pick 83 from Pittsburgh. I don't like that one either. We've already got a bunch of extra draft picks here. Kyle Williams out of Washington State. Offensive guard Jared Wilson is still on the table here. It's a little bit soon to pick him up, but we won't pick again, so he'll probably be off the board. Offensive center. See, Kevin Winston Jr. Let's go back here and look again back at the offense. Let's see the quarterbacks. Will Howard's still on the board. I know like it has him pick at 107, so he may still be on the board. Dylan Gabriel, Riley Leonard may still be on the board. So we'll go ahead and pass on them. And then Cam Scadaboo still on the board here. Wide receiver, Kyle Williams, Washington State, Jack Beck, TCU. Tez Johnson, wide receiver out of Oregon. That's another guy that's really good. Don't need that. Cameron Williams, Texas. Charles Grant, Logan Brown. I don't know. This is a tough choice. Miles Frazier, LSU. I like him. It's still too early to pick him up, though. Let's go back to the defense, see what we got here. More tackles. Andrew Makuba, safety out of Texas. That could be a good one there. A lot of times you can turn a safety into a nickel corner, and we need a replacement for nickel corner. I think he could do it, so we'll go ahead and draft him. All right, what do we got now? We're at pick 108, and we have an offer from the Jets. I'm gonna go ahead and accept it. Move back. We'll get another draft pick in this draft. Let's go back to the offense. Go back to quarterback. Dylan Gabriel, Riley Leonard is still there. I'm gonna go ahead and pick Riley Leonard. I like him. I think he's going to be good. I don't know. Will Howard and Riley Leonard, to me, they're pretty much the same quarterback. And then we'll go back to all. Bashul Tutton out of Virginia Tech. Ollie Gordon II. I think, he had not that great of a season this year, but he is a good running back. And we got Travion. I don't know if we need another one. Dylan Sampson's also there. Quincy Riley, cornerback out of Louisville. We do need another corner, so we'll go ahead and draft him. And let's see what we get. What do we get? Still got a few more drafts picks to go. This is tough. Elijah Roberts, defensive tackle, SMU. Build the trenches. This is where you want to build them. 204. I'm going to reject that. It's too far away. Let's go. We need some offensive tackles. Jack Nelson, Wisconsin, offensive tackle. Got him. And then Jamin Dumas Johnson, linebacker out of Kentucky. We need a linebacker. And what do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get here? Cam Jackson, defensive tackle out of Florida. I do like Cam Jackson. So we'll go ahead and pick him up. And Caleb Branshaw out of Tulane. Raheem Sanders, running back out of South Carolina. I like Raheem a lot. I know we already picked up a running back, but I'm going to go ahead and grab him. And that's it. Okay, so there we go. We knocked it out of the park. We got 12 draft picks, just like I was hoping for. A lot of good quality there. We got Matthew Golden. He's the golden boy. Josh Carnley Jr., offensive tackle out of Oregon. He can play left or right tackle. He can play guard. Very versatile. Travion Henderson. That cures our running back situation for the long term. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon. He could definitely step up and line up next to Christian Wilkinson. And then our Wilkins, and then we got Andrew Mukuba, safety out of Texas, because we need a guy that can kind of maybe fill in at that. Hopefully he can take over for Nate Hobbs is one thing. I don't think we're going to need him in the true safety position, but a lot of safeties, you can convert them into a nickel corner. I think he'd do great there. Riley Leonard, quarterback out of Notre Dame. I think he's going to be a franchise quarterback somewhere. So hopefully we can get him behind us. Quincy Riley, quarterback, Louisville. Elijah Roberts, defensive tackle. Jack Nelson, big offensive tackle out of Wisconsin. Jamin Dumas Johnson, linebacker out of Kentucky, very versatile guy. Cam Jackson, defensive tackle out of Florida. And then Raheem Sanders, South Carolina running back. So there you have it, guys. There's our 3 different scenarios and how each one of them panned out. Give me a grade down in the comment section. How did my drafting style go? Would you give me an A or an F or somewhere in between? Love to see how you guys feel about it. And I will see you in tomorrow's video.